I'm sitting here listening to my stereo as these typical lyricals, familiar like spirituals, dance against my earlobes, and as this R&B playlist played less of love songs that actually touched my situation, I realized what was going wrong. I've been that boy all along, and you know exactly who I'm talking about. The one that you call when you get lonely at night, even if he's laying right next to you, because even though I'm number 2 in your life, he never gets the best of you. And even though you know it's true, you never tell him that you're through, so I'm just waiting on your call to tell me what he put you through. It's scary, I call you boo. No, I'm kind of not supposed to, but you got hope in your eyes every time I approach you. Because I'm that boy. The boy that would do anything to make you smile. Your Prince Charming. The one who's your baggage handler, but would never get a tip. I'm starting to realize you don't love me. You just love the way I make you feel, and more it feels like I'm that baggage handler that will never get a tip. So I'm just waiting on the day you'll stop crying out to me and start crying out for me, because for you, I would do anything, like go homeless to pay for your rent, which still doesn't compare to the time and energy I spent to keep you from drowning in your own tears. I've been your life vest, your lifeline, your phone sex hotline. I've done it all just to keep you afloat. And as this boat rocks like TikTok, I count down to the moment I'll stop in the middle of the perfect storm just to see if you can stand the rain. Because it's hard enough to maintain enough strength to hold this umbrella up for you. So I'm standing here, arms folded in pain, but the sorest muscle is my heart. And I wish it would stop beating for you, just like I wish he would stop beating on you. See, nobody knows about the scars on your body but I. But you convinced me to be quiet. So all I do is bite my lip and shake my head. Like if I catch him alone one day, he'll be dead. Instead, I'm the one dying slowly but surely. And it's all because you never even really listened to me. It's like you just like to watch my lips moving. But they're moving on. At least until you can answer this question for me. Am I really just that boy?
If we were made in his image, then call us by our names. If we were made in his image, then call us by our names. If we were made in his image, then call us by our names. I am a God. I was perfectly created. I was divinely inspired. I've walked on water with these hands, created fire. I've soared without wings. I've turned thoughts into things. Yes, I am a God. Now, many of you look skeptical, and I would expect you to. I will only ask that you look a little harder. Can you not see that I am this mental masterpiece? This flesh is only 1/3 of me. The rest of me is where my power lies. Now listen closer. Hear me well. Can you not hear how these words spill from my lips like spells, like abracadabra, able to open minds like sesames? Yes, some sort of sorcery in every breath. Hocus pocus ain't as potent as my proverbs. Focus. There is a voice in you that continues to say, I am a God. And if it sounds too vain, I'll only question your faith, because Psalms 82:6 tells us this: ye are gods. Even Buddha taught you are God yourself. Every divine messenger keeps delivering the same message, that you are a child of some God. Recognize its essence in your genetic soul. I can say this without a hint of arrogance. Yes, I am a God. And don't look too far for the miracles in my mind. Examples are everywhere of our divine design. Like I said, I've created fire from my bare hands with lighters. I've levitated towards heaven on elevators, soared in midair on airplanes. Ain't it plain to see the God I am? Or do you need more examples of the wonders we've seen? We've seen beliefs blow up buildings. We've seen a king transform a nation with just his dreams. Now, ain't those turning mental thoughts into things? Now, I am not over-exaggerating. By all means, I mean that I am a God. I repeat it every morning I wake up, so I never forget my birthright. So I always remember I was built for whatever. So the word impossible, it means nothing when you're unstoppable. The word can't will not survive in the mind of a God. Criticism about what I'm not, it can't stand when compared against what I am. Perfectly created. I was divinely inspired. I've turned thoughts into things, and from this mouth spit fire. So if you ever wonder why, I will never let you get to me. Through my godly will, I grew gills, so I swim and not drown through the waters of your negativity, while I can stand here and bear witness. Bloody but unbowed like Invictus, while I can stand up against all odds. It's because I am a God, and this is not an attempt at an ego boost. Simply me telling the truth, because it will only sound cocky or conceited to you if you haven't realized by now that you are a God too. You were perfectly created. divinely inspired. You've looked impossible in the face and called it a liar. So the next time anyone tells you what you can't do, the next time anyone reminds you what you're not, you look them in the face and say, I am a God. And if they dare call you vain, remember, if we were made in his image, then you call us by our names.
Yes.
She's a good girl, loves her mama, loves Jesus and America too. She's a good girl, crazy about Elvis, loves horses and a boyfriend too, and I'm free falling, and I'm free falling, falling.
I'm free falling, with no intentions on landing, since safe landings no longer exist. I've grown tired of residing in these less than fortunate, violent environments, so I'm free falling through euphoric skies. If this descent would never end, I would migrate into heaven as God's happiest man. Now that I've dove into a world where your name is not defined by your worldly possessions that do nothing but feed into your most sinful addictions, my free fall is my prayer. My free fall is graceful. My free fall is my everything.
And it's a long day living in Reseda. There's a freeway running through the yard, and I'm a bad boy, 'cause I don't even miss her. I'm a bad boy for breaking her heart, and I'm free. Oh, I'm free falling, and I'm free falling, oh,
The first time we made love, I plucked your feathers, spread your wings across the altar of our bedroom while I bit you, bounced you, and banged you into ecstasy. We called it the birds and the bees. I entered your body with enough passion and energy to turn the butterflies in your stomach into shooting stars. If tonight is our last night, then why not fuck like the sky is falling? I wanna moonwalk up your spine, conquer your curves, and leave my flagpole somewhere in between your heart and your pussy. And don't call me nasty if I taste it after I finger you. I'm a poet. I can turn pussy juice into finger food. You got that lotus flower bomb, and I'm just trying to be a terrorist. So let me tattoo my name out in cursive with my tongue on your clit so you know it's real. Let me knock that extra curve off the G-spot just so you can see I ain't playing with you. I've only ever seen my sun rise in your eyes, so tonight let's fuck like my last name depended on it. I want to be inside your outsides and outside your regrets. I want to forget what it felt like the first time I touched you. I want to forget the sounds of your moans bouncing off my ceiling fan. I want to forget the first time I pulled your hair and found forever written in your temple, because since that day I've been thinking about you. I want this time to be a new feel, when our heartbeats in sync like they were singing bye, bye, bye. But I remember telling you to keep me in you like your deepest secrets. I remember speaking French to your clit until it couldn't speak back without drooling. I remember asking you, have you ever been fucked by a poet? I remember telling you, you can ride my face. As long as you wear your seatbelt. I remember telling you to throw it back, so as I move forward, I can show you past what it was missing. So tonight, don't be surprised if I bite you hard enough to make this moment last a few days longer. Don't be surprised if I sweat out your weave a little faster than usual. Don't be surprised if I put you in a few new positions just to make you realize what you'll be missing, because I never want to lose you. Only want to get lost in you. Only want to be your one and only. If for once you only let me. But I heard opposites attract. And if that's the case, then tonight, why not make love like we hate each other? And after we finish, if the stars in your stomach don't burst it back into butterflies, tomorrow we can go our separate ways and spend it without mourning. Thank you.
Okay, so I'm graduating from undergrad this semester. Yeah. So I got inspired to write this poem after looking at my last bank statement. If you've never had to worry about how you were going to pay next month's rent, you don't know my struggle. Be grateful. If you've never had to create creative yet tasty dinners with nothing but tuna and ramen in your cupboard, you do not know my struggle. Be grateful. If you've never had to write a paper by candlelight because the electric company interrupted your power service, you do not know my struggle. Be grateful. If you never grew up with mac and cheese with hot dogs in it, you don't know my struggle. Be grateful, but don't you dare judge. Don't open your mouth and tell me about all the options I must not be considering without realizing that I have considered them all, exhausted them all, and I am exhausted. Tired of being sick and sick of being tired, living life in a constant turn of doctor's visits. So the last time I went, took the day off, the doctor told me, hey Eve, that's what he calls me, Eve. You know that your heart is not quite beating the way you should. You should probably go and get a cardiogram. Oh, okay. And while we were looking, your lungs are not quite working out. We're going to have to put you on an extra inhaler. Shit, damn. Oh, okay. Oh, and we checked also, you're slowly but surely losing your hearing in your left ear. Well, damn. Well, I guess if we can't fix it today, we're just going to have to pray on it, because this is the only day that I have off. And if I keep wanting to make my bills on time, payroll can't get interrupted. But please, tell me how these are the best days of my life again. How I can never relive my college years again. How every weekend all I do is party. Like I don't have papers to turn in and bills to pay and jobs to go to and parents to please. Please, let me know how I am not part of the 99% and everybody above me gives a fuck. I'll wait. Transcribe my bills for me. Go to Bank of America and explain to them how that overdraft fee was just a mistake in the way my checking and my savings is set up. Yeah, they didn't buy that from me either. But please, continue to tell me how college is going to make me rich, how this is the only path to go. That's fine. But until you decide to pay my bills for me, don't judge me. Yes.
On behalf of Student Government Program Board, we'd like to thank you all for coming to our last hour or so for the semester. Ladies and gentlemen, have a good evening.